Could Ford redeem itself with this, the new Explorer EV? That's the electric avatar sold in Europe and not the fuel-driven Hulk from the United States. And I'm making a case to say Ford should build this in India or have it built. This Ford Explorer shares the MEB platform with the Volkswagen ID.4 and the Skoda Enyaq that Amir's just driven. It's a nice ample-sized SUV and it looks nothing like the Volkswagen ID.4. That one's more of a crossover. This one's very square, very upright, very SUV. I guess that's a good thing because it goes with the Explorer badge, though doesn't share anything with that car from the US. This is in fact smaller. In terms of size, to give you a certain perspective, think Hyundai Tucson. It's that sort of size and that segment. It's got some interesting design details. I think the squarish look is what's going to attract a lot of people. The nice big wheels, nice alloy pattern as well. These are 20 inches. Also makes the car look really ample. There is this weird little design detail. It's this shiny element that's been thrown in here. I think it's just to break the monotony of this big glass expanse that is darkened here in the European market. We don't get that obviously, but goes all the way back. So just to break that black, I think they've done that. Well, some people might like it. I'm not a fan. Having said that, I think in the face is also where you see a completely new design language. Though, like all Ford SUVs, you've got this big Explorer badging that's spread out. It's nicely done in black. It's kind of subtle, huge Ford logo, no grille, and sharp DRLs. On the higher version, you get the full LED headlamp. I'll show you the interior later, but I'm itching to see how it drives. A little background before I start driving though. It has the option of 3 battery packs, and you can also get rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. I've driven both, but more on the all-wheel drive a little later. This rear-wheel drive model gets 2 of those 3 battery packs. Power and range figures are different on both. The smaller battery has less power and less range, naturally, and so, of course, I drove the more powerful version. The car is quick and it's very smooth. It also has a different driving character from its Volkswagen counterpart, because that was something I expected. That's a good thing. It's a key takeaway, in fact. The nice weighted feel you get from the battery down below is also nice, and there's a marked difference in the different driving modes when you go from, say, Eco to Sport. Eco Sport. Not the play of words I was looking for. But yes, when you do that, you actually do get a nice sense of an exhilaration. Despite being the single motor, it's pretty agile and, like I said before, pretty quick. Driving character compared to the other electric Ford SUV which I've driven before, which is of course the Mustang Mach-E, is completely different. That car does have a more sporty feel. It feels more energetic. This one has a more of a touring family SUV feel. And I think that's a good thing that they have 2 different sort of characters, because otherwise everything starts just feeling the same. And let's see, because what happens with this car in terms of its success here might determine what happens with future Ford SUV models, which are going to be electric as well. Like with every electric, here again you have that one problem: road and wind noise. You start picking it up depending on the road surface. Right now, the tarmac is nice and smooth, so I'm not really picking up too much of that. But yes, the minute your speed crosses 120, 130, you do start getting the wind noise off of the mirror and the A-pillar. But, these are sort of nitpicking things or points that we tend to focus on a little more with electrics, which, to be fair, it's also the case with the other cars, but you just don't notice it as much. Time for that all-wheel drive variant now. Switching to the higher variant car here is kind of obvious, and it's for very obvious reasons. You of course have the dual motor setup, so performance is definitely different. You feel that right away, but it's also the cabin, the way it's laid out. Feature for feature, they're very similar, but this does feel more plush. A little plumper, more quilted, nice seat, and it's got the faux leather, and then you got this huge panoramic sunroof. So it does feel a little more upmarket, but otherwise, in terms of features and the layout, of course, things are similar. We're getting more and more used to this now with electrics, just this ample amount of torque that's just there at the flick of your foot, really. Steering and overall handling has also been pretty good, though that's to be expected with this platform and also at this particular level of development. So I'm glad that you don't get a sense of roll, and it's pretty agile and maneuverable. And the steering, just the way it's shaped, I was very curious to see how it would be, but it's actually very comfortable, both in terms of size and also in terms of the nice grip you get from it. So yeah, that shape is actually working for me. Looks sexy and drives pretty good. So what's the interior like? Overall material quality on the cabin feels pretty good, and then there are these little interesting things that have been done quite smartly. Now, this entire system is a bit of a carryover from the Volkswagen, so especially this screen and this one. But this, instead of being horizontal, has been made vertical, and it has a little party trick. You can just use this little lever to make it go absolutely vertical, change the angle based on what you like, or all the way down. And it also has a little bit of a cubby hole inside to keep things that, maybe you don't want other people to be able to access. You do this and lock the car, no way to access that secret compartment. Wireless charger, space to keep the phone if you don't want to charge it, 2 cup holders, and some space here. Now comes the other interesting thing. This tray comes out, gives you a nice deep bin below it, and this whole cup holder assembly comes out too. Why? Well, then you can put in like a whole laptop in here. Nice and deep, lots of storage, pretty innovative. One last thing, I did talk about how I like the shape of the steering. The controls on the steering are also nice because they just slide to the touch for volume or song change, any of it. It's really responsive, nicely done. Ford recently announced that it will make a comeback to India, but not in a way you'd think. It's just going to be making cars at its Chennai plant for exports, at least for starters. But with Volkswagen and Skoda definitely bringing the likes of the ID4 and Enyaq or even the L-Rock, it makes sense to use the same line to also build something like the Explorer. Maybe in limited units. Or Ford can simply assemble it, and all those other cars do, at its own plant. It requires out-of-the-box and very brave thinking. But boy, that would be the right statement, isn't it?